People kept asking me, show me what you're doing, show me what you're doing. So I'm going to get paid for it. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing.
Hi there, and welcome to the Melody Music Studios interview series, where we get to know our teachers a little bit better. I'm Ashley. Today I'm here with Michael. Michael, thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
We are going to get to know you a little bit better today. So my first question is, what instruments do you teach?
Guitar, bass, drums, keyboard, xylophone, whatever you need.
Excellent, fantastic. And what age levels or what experience levels do you primarily work with?
I'd say the majority of the students I have are probably between 13 and 25. But I have a lot of adult students, and I take people from 8 years old on. I'm based out of Monroe, Connecticut, but I go all the way from New Haven County to Westchester County with my students. So that's quite a 100-mile radius maybe.
Let's get into it a little bit more. So my first question for you is, why did you end up choosing the instruments that you play?
I think I chose it because when I was a little boy, I saw my neighbor playing, and I said, this is what I want to do. So I started taking lessons a few years ago. So when I was about 8 years old, I started playing because I was impressed by what my neighbor was doing. So I had to do it.
Awesome. That's great. So when did you decide you actually wanted to become a music teacher?
1977.
Well, that's great. And so you found something that you were passionate about, that people were, you inspired some others to want to learn, and you were able to turn it into a career, which is great. That's wonderful.
I've inspired quite a few people to go on to be quite famous musicians.
Wonderful.
And that right there is the driving force right there.
Excellent. So for your students, when they stop taking lessons with you, what do you really want them to take with them from their lesson experience with you? What do you want them to remember?
I want them to just have that passion that I try to instill in them and take that with them. Really, that's probably the most important thing, because the people that I taught, who I tried to instill that in, and I've since met, have become, like I said before, very popular and, some famous musicians, and they credit me for that. I'm like, wait a minute. I just showed you the basics. You took it, but I showed you the basics. But they thank me for having taught them.
Wow, really special. Yeah, of course. That makes total sense. So what skills or talents do you have as a teacher that make you successful?
I got patience, man. I have patience.
That's huge. And that's huge. I love the fact that you came up really strong saying that right away, because that is a pillar, right, of being a successful teacher is that level of patience. That makes sense. Anything else you want to add to that list?
I think the only thing other than patience is just that this drive to see other people succeed. Because I don't want people to play like me. I want them to play better than me. Plus, I need someone to jam with, so I try to get them to play sooner. Learn that progression so I can play.
That's great. That's really, really wonderful. So my last question for you is, what other musical endeavors are you currently working on, or are you hoping to be working on at some point in the future?
Well, I'm touring a lot. I record a lot, and we play a lot of concerts and festivals. We try out new material. Well, obviously, I'm in a band, so we try out new material in the local clubs and everything to see what goes over and what doesn't. If the audience responds to it, if they don't, we throw it out. If they do, we kind of take it and go with it. But I prefer the recording studio as opposed to touring, because I'm just too old to be doing that anymore.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And to everyone else who's watching or listening, thank you so much. And until next time, we're going to sign off and say goodbye.
Actually, my pleasure.
Bye.